start with everybody introducing themselves to each other. And so we'll start with Bob.
I'm Bob Hirschfeld. I was talking with Lori the last time I had a brush in my hand. She was a little girl.
Robin, go ahead.
I'm not Bob, I'm Robin,
There we go.
and here I am.
We're happy you're here.
And I'm a watercolor painter.
Wow.
I'm Suzanne, and I'm a musician. I have zero talent for
Don't
art.
worry, don't worry.
So I'm here to make a fool of myself, I think.
No, you're not making any fools.
You have a team.
I'm Lori, and it skipped a generation. My father was an artist, my daughter's an artist, and I'm definitely not an artist. But I'm
You're
here,
gonna be an
you're my
artist
friend,
now.
and I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm Margaret Parks, and I am not an artist, but I would like to be. And actually, I went to your lecture, and that's what got me interested.
Yeah.
I'm a nurse, so sort of interested in medicine, art, the whole idea.
I guess everybody has a partner, don't you?
Yeah.
Wait, you were with
They're sisters.
together. You're together.
That's what our dad
They're
used to say.
sisters.
And you're together, so
Yes.
we all have partners. I think
Yeah, there
it's
we go.
terrific. It worked out, it's incredible. Yeah, please go on, I'm sorry.
That's okay,
Please
really, that's
interrupted.
okay. Well,
So
I'm Mary, I'm her sister. And I am an artist, I don't do portraits, but I've done monoprints and I do oil painting.
Suzanne.
I'm Joan Hurst, and I am not an artist, but I'm excited to experience this with everybody together.
And I'm Mary Sessenjara, and I'm also not an artist, but I appreciate art, and I'm happy to be here learning something new.
Right. All of this came from my pop-up lunch. Everybody that was there wanted to do some art. So I'm doing this project, which I've done with all ages. And you don't need to know how to do anything, it's easy. And it came from a group called Young at Art. Young at Art came to my studio and did this with, I had the whole community come to my studio. It was a big hit, and I learned from them. It is one of the children's museums, but they also do art for adults. But I love the word Young at Art, and that's what we're doing today. So it is Young at Art. And so let me show you what this is about. Please sit down. And we're going to be doing this project. And I'm going to ask the board to sit down here and put that on you. And I'm going to use this. And what we're going to be doing is contour drawing. Contour drawing is you follow the line of what you see, and you make your hand follow what your eye is doing. Do you get that? And I will explain it as I do it. And you can wear anything you want. And it's very important you watch. Maybe you all should come over here, because you'll see what I'm doing. You can see some of it, what I'm doing. And this is the real trick. The trick is that when you are holding this piece of acrylic, your elbows must be on the table, because it makes this very steady. And I'd like you to bring it up just a little bit. And bring your head down just a tiny bit. Okay, it'll be cropped, but that's okay.
Crop.
Cropping means you cut off part of, and maybe I won't, I don't know. And what I will be doing is, I'll tell you as I do it. I don't want to put the brush into this, so I'm going to do that.
Good idea.
Because sometimes I do that. And it's very important to keep the paints juicy on this. So I'm going to start. Maybe I believe she's very ethereal, so I'm using purple to start. And what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at her, and I'm doing her hair, the outline of her hair. having a hard time because the light is terrible in here.
We use that excuse.
Yeah, that's good, remember?
Is this acrylic paint?
No, this is all water paint, so you don't have to worry about anything. I don't want you to get problematic. So as you can see, I am doing the outline of her hair now. What I see. My eye is doing this. It's following this around. This is the outline of her hair. So that started it. I'm gonna play with this and make orange. These are good because you're gonna have primary colors here, and that helps you understand what color is. And then I'm gonna start doing the outline, and I'm gonna do her ear. She has maybe a little bit of an earring over here. And I did this, and there's her ear some more. And another earring over here. And the most difficult thing is to do, I think I'll just make it a little different. I'll use blue. I'm gonna do her glasses. So I'm following the lines of her glasses now. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I like the glasses, that's great.
All right, so that's what, you don't have to know how to draw, you're just doing what you're seeing. Now I'm doing her nose. And maybe we'll make it a little bit like that. And there's the... Now I want to do her eyes, which are the most important part of this. Gives the character of who she is. So I'm following the outline of her eyes. And I may have to make this wetter because I can't see what I'm doing with this light. I'm sorry we don't have good light in here. You can see what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the outline of it. I'm putting the pupil in right now. And now we're going to follow down to her mouth. Sorry, I'm giving you these. What can I do? You can't help it, right? And now I'm going to do her mouth.
This is just fantastic. Love it.
Mhm. You see, you're beginning to see that you don't have to know anything about art.
Well, we'll see about that.
Oh, yeah,
Do it
but-
Now I'm doing her,
Nation will, my
We'll get back to you on that.
I'm doing her chin.
If we put a mark on there that we don't like,
Forget about it.
oh, you can't take it off?
Well, maybe
Yeah, you
later,
can
I'll
make it
tell you how to do it. If you don't like it, you can make mistakes because the whole
Oh,
thing
I'm
will
not
be a
worried about
mistake.
it. That's the fun
I'm
of it.
telling you, it's a whole, when you do a monoprint, it's never what you expect.
Okay, so if you put something down that you don't like, it's tough.
If it's terrible, we can get it off, don't worry. All right.
Throw
So
it
I
in the
did her
garbage.
neck, and you're already beginning to
Don't
see,
take it personally, how's that?
you're beginning
Can
to
we
see
take
that
the
it
thumb
really
back?
looks like her already, doesn't it?
Mary, they're gonna ask us to hang our artwork.
And I'm afraid I
To
have
go with
to,
all this.
I'm gonna do a cheating on this because I don't know what I'm seeing. It's very hard for me in this light. Doing her collar, and I'm doing her shoulder, and I think that this shoulder is enough. Let me just see it. So now you're gonna see, all
Love it.
That's great.
That is fun. That is fun.
That's great.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I have to do more, but this is the thing we have to do. Where's the sprinkler? Can you get me a sprinkler over there? And a paper towel, I didn't put that on. You can already see, it looks like this, kind
Yeah,
of wonderful,
definitely.
isn't it? And I need to do more here because it's already dry, so I'm gonna cheat and make it a little wet.
You are cheating and you are in camera.
I'm cheating, but it's all right. I need to make sure that some of the things I want to come out are gonna come out. And this is something you're gonna learn. Because when you make a monoprint, it's not what you really see. I'm sorry because this room is drying too fast. So I may have to do some of this for you. All right, monoprint.
Watch me.
You turn it all over. You gonna see it? Wow. And I have the brayer over there. I'm not well prepared. Brayer.
I think she'll use one.
Hand you the brayer so I can give more pressure. Huh?
Fun.
And I hope it works out. And if it doesn't, you can still make it work. That's what art's about.
You like this.
Hmm? So you like what you see here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now tell me what am I doing here? What I saw was different when I'm putting on this. Because I turned it upside down.
Oh,
You want to go?
You're seeing a mirror image.
Yeah.
And so what you're really seeing is what you really see when you look in a mirror.
Oh, that's great.
But what I am seeing is different. So you're learning that.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, very
Oh,
cool.
that's wonderful.
Magic.
That's really fun.
Magic.
Love it.
Great.
So, and then you can actually, let's just leave that. I'm gonna say, we could actually make it monoprint. You've seen artists do this. They'll take their monoprint and they'll do something more with it. Because to me, the eyes are the most important. This is all about eye contact. I'm just gonna mix some paints. So you can do that. That's wonderful. It is. And then if you want to make this a little bit better, then you can do that.
Bravo.
And then you
Great.
can
It looks like
do
it.
that. Huh?
It
It does.
You capture the likeness.
Wow.
Huh? And so this can be the outline for your painting. I said I'm cheating.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's great.
And so you're all gonna do this.
Okay.
You've gotten
apologize
you've gotten
in
the
advance.
gist of it. But remember, and I have to look at this to make
Called
sure you
off.
haven't.
Oh, it is. We'll see.
So,
So,
here, you can have yours.
I need your signature.
Everybody wants
Yeah.
my signature. All right, we'll give you my signature, and everybody should sign their own then.
That's fun.
I always do this. This is my signature.
Remember when we were partners with the collage?
And Jane was so serious. Oh, God, she was dreadful.
I'm not taking Jane for you.
So you can
So
fill
I'll
in.
fill it in.
Oh, I love the
Okay.
way that went.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Now we're gonna do those years. Oh, no, yeah, they're hiding. Oh, he's the professional.
Yeah, he drew the short straw over here.
We need to fix this a little, Bob.
Oh, God, what
because of-
happened?
It's
You
what
smushed it.
happens, it's what happens with monoprints.
They smush.
They smush because of the
That looks
water.
exactly like Lori before, and now it doesn't look at all.
Yeah, it was precise. I could hardly tell if I was looking at it or it was looking at me.
All right, I'm gonna fix it. This is good interaction. And I'll tell you what it's more about later on, right? Mary, what was it like being the painter?
I liked it.
Tell me how you felt.
I knew it was fun and like to really, we were talking, but then like engaged and kind of got to know each other better.
Yes, we did.
We did. On a much more personal level than.
She was very, I felt you were very capable of doing it, but it was like you seemed to, I was very much more
All
hesitant.
right, now you were the subject. How did that feel?
I felt good when she did me. I felt terrible when I did her.
All right,
So
then
there-
as the painter, you felt terrible. What was going on in your head?
Well, I don't know how to mix the paints well, and that was sort of, you know, my.
I said not to worry. so,
Okay,
yeah.
well,
But that's-
didn't worry, but I didn't do a great job.
It's not about a great job. It's
It
not
was-
about that.
It was fun in its own way. I enjoyed it. I would do it again, maybe be a little more relaxed, and I could do it
Oh,
better.
this is the first time. You said you're not an artist.
No.
I tried to make it, but you had fun.
I did.
And you learned, tell me about what it was like being the subject.
Um, uh, I also felt we just kept chatting. I think it's we were nervous.
Yes, I think so too. We could have gone deeper, no, I'm kidding.
No, so, I mean, I thought it was fun being the subject.
Good,
No,
good.
It's great.
I actually, I loved mixing the paints, which I
Right.
found interesting.
So as the painter, you love mixing.
Yeah, I was
paint.
not afraid of that at all, which I was kind of like, all over the map here. My sister had already done it, but so she'd already used the plate, but I had a lot of fun with that. I wasn't afraid of it like I thought I would be.
Right.
I wasn't happy with what I was doing. Because she's got a great smile and I couldn't seem to get the,
She's not afraid of anything.
but my problem was, I think what I wasn't doing was I wasn't really, I think I was trying to create a smile, but not really looking at her, not tracing her smile. Does that
So
make
this
sense?
is, yes, it makes sense as a painter,
Yeah,
because as a painter, you want to get to truth.
yeah.
And
But
it's
I-
hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get to truth. And tell me what it was like being the subject since you've been a painter.
Especially with me.
It was fun because one of the things I avoid painting are faces. I've done lots of paintings of my grandchildren, but I always do them either from the back or from the side so that I don't do the face.
And tell me what it felt like doing the face.
Well, it was
for you.
fun. I would never ever have thought of this. I've done monoprints and this never occurred to me. I think it's
Well, it's
delightful.
not
and you
about
get
the, it's really not
proportions.
about the technique.
But it's the proportions that were right. But it was, I mean,
It's easy because she's sitting there and she gives you the proportions. You're just tracing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
yeah. But it's, I look at her and I said, it's like looking at her mom because she and my mom look so much alike.
It's kind of wonderful.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's
Very.
wonderful.
It was fun. I love it.
So as a painter,
I couldn't get out of my own way. I couldn't focus on his face. I was focusing on how I was doing. And that was annoying to me. I kept looking at what I was doing instead of his face. Not that I would have done
you're
anything
saying
much
it's a very
better.
important part of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I loved when he did it because
Well, you were the subject, so
Yeah,
it was
when
kind
I-
of wonderful when he did it for
it was
you.
great because I knew I was in good hands and maybe just.
That's what already is a painter.
You know,
is that
yeah,
it?
That's a good way of phrasing it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Uh-huh. And you, as the painter, how did you feel?
I really enjoyed this. It's a whole new way of
proceeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as the subject, how did you feel?
As the subject, yeah, it was good. I mean, and this thing of holding it steady and, you know, and we had a good sort of conversation going on because, you know, how am I going to do the nose? Well, what about the two little nostrils? You know,
You saw what I did.
Yeah.
And so, and Lori, you as the painter?
I was fun, yeah. I thought I would be much more intimidated than I was. I got really liking it, mushing it around. I did get frustrated by the fact that I couldn't get enough paint on the glass.
I know, I was
No matter
frustrated too,
what I was
because the
doing,
room
I was-
is very drying,
thought I would-
and that's the problem with watercolor technique.
Yeah, I mean, I was just immersing it in there and I couldn't get it going. But I really did enjoy doing it a lot more than I thought it was. It was just sort of fun to concentrate and see, well, okay, I was trying to get the characteristics that were most characteristic of him emphasized. Like, you know, the
Right.
hair and the glasses, et cetera, and the shape of his face. So
Right.
I had fun doing that. And as the subject, it was fine. I saw him doing it and there he was doing it, you know, just sort of observant. It was a
Yeah,
good time.
you
I
were-
liked it.
And Bob,
So what's your question?
what was it like being the painter?
Well, it was intimidating. It was actually enjoyable. I realized that I was right when I've always known that I had no artistic talent.
It's not
Confirmed it,
about
but I
artistic.
enjoyed it. I was really trying, but I noticed most about you was your hair, your beautiful hair, and just the way it was. And I
You did
couldn't
that.
get it,
Uh-huh.
but I tried.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as the subject.
Oh, I like that. I mean,
Why did you like it?
Well, all I had to do was sit still, and all I had to do was sit still and would talk. Lori grew up in Chicago and went to the
We
University of
learned a
Michigan, so we
I went to Wisconsin.
All right, let me
But
just
see,
tell you.
she was in STT, and I married this woman who was in STT, so we know all these people.
That's cute.
And we both skipped a generation of art. Fathers,
Yeah.
children, artists, not us.
Well, this was not.
Everybody's an
Yes.
artist.
I want you,
Yeah,
I
it
want
was
you
a
to,
very
everybody is
good
an artist,
process.
and this is a
It was
children's.
a great process.
It's
I
great.
loved the process.
I'm glad everybody did.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what I think this is. It's really empathy training.
Hmm. How so?
Because you get to know the other person, you're looking in their eyes, and you're trying to figure them out. You're going into the shoes of the other person.
That's so true.
And you're discovering
You're
Things that-
discovering yourself with
yourself, and the dialogue is maybe,
It's a very much a big thing on eye contact, and this is something I use with med students. Because they have no eye contact
All they do is look at
anymore.
computers.
Exactly.
That is so true.
And so I believe it's a way of them addressing the idea of eye contact. And really have interaction by conversing with the person and not just reading the person.
have you done it with older people
I
and
do it
younger?
with every age group possible. And it's fun.
It is.
You don't have to
It's a
do
lot of fun.
anything.
really.
And the results are fun.
Yeah.
And you learn something about the mirror image, how you see yourself as others see you.
Yeah.
And you learn something about yourself in the process.
So that's what this process is about, more than.
Great fun.
I think I loved it that everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's what made me happy.
Such fun.